Robert here, Cabrera Systems in Ringdale. Just wanted to do a little side-by-side and show you our new CLP recessed puck light from Active LED. First thing we're going to start with though is LEDs. This is our LED. We design entire fixtures to do a true performance so that we're going to have an uncompromised version. This is a truly sustainable lighting system, and I'll get into more of that later. Then we have what the industry likes, which is lamps, bulbs, easy, screw in, but this is a consumable. You literally haven't enough heat sink within any of these systems that they've created. Even though this is kind of a neat one, it can't stay cool enough to keep that system from destroying itself. So let's get into it. We're going to start with our good friend, the halogen. We can't do incandescent anymore because incandescents are illegal, but halogen is legal, and this is your standard can light, and I'm just going to turn that on and put it on here. You can see 0. We go ahead and go up or down here and show you that that is the watts from off-brand kilowatt easy meter. So let's see where we go. Well, there's our good friend the halogen. One thing for sure, hot, don't touch. These things obviously, you know, get cooked. There's an old saying about the halogen, or actually it applies to the incandescents. They're very efficient heaters that put off a little bit of light. So that's the joke, but that's kind of true though, because we're going to spend 87.5 watts to make that light. This is the equivalent of 100 watt in an incandescent, and of course they start out brighter and slowly lose light because it is a consumable light loss factored solution. So again, halogen, 87.3 watts per hour. First up from our fluorescent friends is the compact fluorescent that is installed in a housing. So it emulates what this guy's doing, but this is something that's been starting to go on because some people think they should be in an enclosure, but you can tell that this limits the amount of light that come out of it. But either way, pretty close. Not as bright, but this is going to work in this application obviously, and we're going to spend 16.3. and what you'll notice too about fluorescent technologies is as they heat up, they use more and more wattage. I could sit here, this thing's going to settle around just under 19 watts, but you get the picture as this thing's walking itself up during its warm-up. So keep that in mind. Compact fluorescent. Compact fluorescent curly Q. Some people don't like these for a lot of reasons. Of course, the EPA is going to be cracking down on CFLs. Fluorescent technologies have mercury, and we're not allowed to throw away mercury in quantities, and you have to recycle those. So there's another expense along with that consumable. And these eventually will be made illegal too, just like the incandescents before, because of the way that Congress and the EPA are wrapping down on things. So for that, we're spending 18.2, and again, this one's going to keep going warmer and warmer and warmer as it walks up, as it warms itself up, because that's the nature of the beast. Compact fluorescent. These are supposed to last 7 to 10 years, right? Yeah, that's ever happened. Whatever. Next, we have our LED light bulb. This one is from an inventor I met at an Energy Star meeting in St. Paul, Minneapolis. His name, well, I guess it doesn't matter. David Carroll created this, and it was sold to the Best Buy company and is sold under Insignia brand, which of course I don't know if Best Buy is doing very well, but this bulb is an LED, and it's one of the more ingenious designs I've seen, but still, these are running too hot, still light loss factored. It's a consumable, and for that we're at 13.3 watts in an LED technology. Next up, we have the CLP recessed ceiling puck light, one that we've created. Again, entire fixture designed to do what can downlights are doing with our streamlined puck. Easy to install, they clip in and makes a lot of light. For how many watts? Any guesses? Dun, 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 dun. 6.7 watts. 6.6, and it'll bob between there, back and forth. But I think what I want you to understand, because, okay, here's the other LED, and this wasn't even half the light coming out of this guy, and it's because so many compromises. If you understand an LED and understand what it needs, you end up designing something completely different. And unless you have to create a product that's going to be a consumable in order to keep your business running, this design sustains the lighting industry as is. They need consumption. They need to have something being built over and over again in those monstrous factories overseas in China and other low-cost countries, because that's what keeps those businesses running. True sustainability, you've got to go with a different kind of company. That company is Active LED and Ringdale. Performance and quality. We brought something to market so that you can get something different. A true 10-year performance guarantee versus a manufacturer defect warranty like the rest of them give you. Performance meaning that that light intensity is guaranteed. No light loss, full color retention, and it doesn't matter how long you run them, 24/7, doesn't matter what ambient air temperature you run them in. There's literally a limitation on these, if you read the fine print, that if you run them in air warmer than 5 degrees Celsius or 41 degrees Fahrenheit, that's in a refrigerator by the way, you're going to have some results that will vary from that 22-year rating. So again, understand what you're paying for and how important is that 22 years. If you want to get off the grid and stop paying for bulb after bulb after bulb after bulb, you need to invest in something like this, because this is going to allow you to have a platform, a foundation, to then stem into solar chargers, other alternative wind generation, and other generation options that Cabera Systems is exploring too, things like Joule Box, which I'll be talking more about in other videos. Performance guarantee. So we can go into our auto dealerships. They love us. Right here in Greeley, Colorado, Bradley Bar, saving $40,000 a year with the LEDs that we've done. Places of worship, another great place. Things about churches is they can do a capital, get the one-time purchase, get that monkey off your back, and then get off the grid so you don't have those monthly bills that are eating your lunch over and over again. So take it down another road. We understand heat is the natural enemy of the LED, and we are creating a different product. German engineered, American made, Active LED. Give us a call and I'll fill you in on more details. Thanks for checking in on us. This is Tim Grabbert. Peace.